there. If you are new, my name is Bree. I'm the owner and artist of Upcycled by Bree. Every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, we go live with a thrift haul. I've got a medium-sized haul this week compared to last week's massive one. But if y'all see anything you love here, go ahead and hop over to my site, upcycledbybree.com. I've dropped it in the live chat. Grab what you want, get it in your cart, and check out because items do sell fast. Then when you're done purchasing what you want, come back on over and hang out. I'm gonna pull up comments here on my iPad and we will get started. All right, good morning. Alyssa's here. Looks like I got about 11 people on, so thanks for hopping on this morning. I went to, let's talk about that first, the Giving Tree a couple times. I needed boxes. Of course, when I get boxes, I always shop. Oh, and then I've been going to Goodwill, and it's kind of crazy because Goodwill prices are generally pretty darn high, but I've been finding some really great things, and they do the sticker, like the half off sticker here in Topeka. Anne is on, and Lindsay, Sue's here. Good morning, ladies. And Tracy, hey, hey. Okay, let's start off with these candlesticks. So these were Major Thrift. So I went there on Memorial Day for 30% off. And that's why I ended up picking these up because they were $7.99 each. Less than 30%. I've got them listed up at $29.95, but these are gorgeous. These do not have patina. They are like newer, but still vintage. They're not new. I will go ahead and get the wax out of them before I ship them out. I'll just use a heat gun and paper towel, but they're beautiful. So these would make a great addition to a collection, beautiful on a tablescape or a centerpiece. I grabbed that pair, and then right next to it was this pair. Now this pair has a little bit of patina, if I remember correctly. Yeah, down around the base of them, but still very pretty. And one is missing its felt. Oops, about knocked that over. One is missing its felt, but still gorgeous. $29.95 on these. I loved the oval shape. I don't usually see oval. Usually it's round or square. Hey, Sally's here, and Stacy. All right, I'm gonna make sure I'm caught up here on comments. Sometimes my little live video lags. All right, cool. Okay, so I picked up this basket, a little Americana, 4th of July, but I really liked the colors. They're a little more muted. It's not like bright, in-your-face red, a little more maroon and navy. But I thought that was a really pretty bowl. $12.95, I paid $2, and this one has some thin wood on the bottom. So if you wanted to add this to like a candlestick or something and make it into a little basket bowl, that would be really cute. Put your fruit in it, something like that. So I picked that up. Y'all know I love my baskets. And this candlestick was a Goodwill find. I couldn't believe the price when I saw it. It was only $3.99, and it's massive. Hold it up next to me for scale here. And I just love the boho. Probably a Hobby Lobby piece, no sticker on it. But this is like a good, beautiful, distressing, whitewashing kind of effect. So I'm not gonna do anything to it, just sell it as is for $26.95. Love candlesticks, always pick them up if they're reasonable price and cool, like this pair. This is really, I contemplated keeping these and using them on my mantle for my summer decor. I paid $8 for the set of these, and I have them listed up at $29.95. They've got that beautiful, heavy, rusty cast iron bottom, and then the little rusty rings. Very unique. 2 different sizes. Always love when they're staggered in height. Makes your vignettes a lot more interesting. Gorgeous. So y'all drop me a comment. Let me know, how are your Goodwill prices where you live? And let me know where you live, because I haven't been there for a long time, but here lately I've been just trying it out, you know, something a little different. And I've been pleasantly surprised. And if you guys wouldn't mind hitting the thumbs up button while you're commenting as well, I would appreciate it. This was Major Thrift. I paid $1.60 after the discount, and it's pretty unique. A little piece of wall decor. There's no markings on it, but I also don't think it's handmade. It's manufactured. It's different. It's got wood, it's got metal, and then like, this is like ceramic-y. I need to get some of this tall stuff out of my way before I knock it over. But it has a cow. It's Farmhouse. I liked it. I went ahead and picked it up for $1.60, and I have it listed up at $11.95. Sue says that her Goodwills never have anything that you care to check the prices on. That sucks. Our selection at Goodwill is not the best. There's a lot of clothes at ours, and I don't really thrift clothing. This was another Goodwill find for $2.99. The metal rolling pins do sell pretty well for me, better than the wooden ones have been selling. In fact, I lotted up a huge collection of rolling pins on my site and sold them as a lot. Somebody did purchase them here recently. So if you're a reseller and things have kind of slowed down for you, it's a great way to get them moving by putting them together in a lot, maybe giving a little bit of a discount. I think I sold like 12 rolling pins for $60 or something. So, you know, probably didn't make a ton of money, but it moved the inventory out of my way. Yes, Alyssa, I'm telling you, Goodwill. Well, I shouldn't tell you. $2.99 on the rolling pin. Alyssa and I, Miss Junk Fairy, are going to be doing another estate clean out on Monday. Make some good junk next week. Major thrift find, $2.99. This is a John Lowell. I put it in the listing. Copper elephant print. It's L-O-U-W is the last name on this. And I wish I could have found more. When I started searching this up online, there were so many different ones. It's in beautiful condition. The copper's in great shape. A couple of tiny little, just not even nicks, but just a little dings on the wood frame. I'm going to leave them alone, but dark wax would totally take care of that. But the elephants are in great shape. It's still got its tusk there intact. So if you're an elephant lover and a copper lover, snag this up. I have it at $39.95. They're going about double that on eBay. I got too excited. Amber's and Unique Gifts said prices have been all over the place. You'll find something you think you should be cheap and its retail price. And then others, I'm so happy I dance off to put it in my cart. No rhyme or reason. So that's how our major thrift is here. Yep, they are. Prices are all over the place. And I think a lot of it has to do with the thrift stores knowing that reselling is happening and they see something they think is good, so they'll jack the price up on it. And then sometimes other pricers don't even know what they have. So it's crazy low, but that's okay. It makes it exciting, right? Look at it positively. This was yellow sticker at Goodwill, which was half price. So I paid $4 for both of these. And I haven't really seen anything like this before. The stickers on the bottom are TJ Maxx, so they're not super old. But they are a really heavy, pretty metal with a red tint to them. So I thought these would be gorgeous. I've been picking up holiday decor year-round, and it's been selling year-round, so I'm not going to stop. Good morning, Susan. Found this little fan. It had some ugly linen over it, like almost so much covering it that I didn't know it was a fan. And then like a ribbon, a blue ribbon wrapped up it. It was $2.99, and all I had to do was take a couple of straight pins out, and then it instantly updated it. This one is up at $12.95, and these little hand brooms are pretty popular. People love to decorate with these. This one has a little hanger here too. And I've seen on Pinterest just like a wall just full of different little hand brooms. Oh, I love. I wish I had more wall space. Hey, Tiffany, good morning. Always pick up these wooden tenderizers when I find them. I paid probably $1 for this, who knows where, and it's up at $6.95. I like sticking these in with my wooden spoons to add some fun texture. All right, this brass set, another Goodwill find. They were $5.99 each. They were inside of each other. And I have the set listed up at $34.95. Beautiful brass planters. They're hammered. Love the hammered metal. It adds so much fun texture. And then the little rope details on these are fun. Sometimes the rope detail can be a little gaudy, but I like it on these. If you don't like it so much, you can always just turn it around and then you don't have the rope texture. So 2 different looks in one. And then this one, where's the patina? Oh, the patina. They've got some great patina on them. I love sticking the houseplants and stuff like this to really elevate the look. Also things like rolled hand towels, extra toilet paper, just to like add a little pizzazz to your storage, right? Even if it's in the closet and you're the only one that's gonna see it. I love to use like beautiful storage containers. I love these little bells, pick them up when I find them, and this one is a great, this one is a great brown color. 99 cents, and it's up at $6.95. I might end up pulling this down and keeping that one. I like that brown. Alyssa says the pig is staring at you. So this was the weird find of the week. Goodwill find, $4.99, probably overpriced, but I love him. He has like a fun texture to him, almost like a flour sack or something. This was done by Scioto, S-C-I-O-T-O, in 1991. So he's vintage. Trying to do the math. Retro, I don't know. And I think he has a chip. I thought he had a chip somewhere that I put in the listing. That's what I'm spinning him for. I don't see it now. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe that was something else. Anyways, I paid $4.99. He's up at $19.95. He's adorable. Oh, there it is. It's on the inside. Little chip, but nothing major, and there's no like crack coming off of it. Good morning, Teresa. How are you? Cute little bird cage, $6 Goodwill find. So a couple of things were a little higher still, a couple of things were lower, so I averaged it out. But it was gray, or it is gray, beautiful neutral color, great for spring, good transitional all year round as a neutral. A little bit of rust on the bird finial. We've got a door that opens and a top latch, which makes it so much easier to decorate. And I have it listed up $18.95. This one's also a thin enough metal bottom that if you wanted to drill a hole through this, you could add it to a candlestick. It's a good size. I've sold a pair of these before, so I went ahead and snagged these up for $2. They are some little rooster, I think maybe they're Pauladine, if I remember correctly. Rooster measuring cups. There's a quarter, a half, and a full here. Set of 3, I think I listed them at $6.95. What's y'all's favorite section of the thrift store to shop in? Mine is personally the kitchen. I love old, rusty, crusty kitchen things and wood. Tiffany, you can't find things like that in your thrift stores. What kind of things are you finding? Sorry if you have headphones in. My bad. Love this little dinner bell. It needs a little scrub, but it looks a little bit older. The plastic looks a little old to me. And you can tell it was used in a kitchen. Order up. Just thought it was cute. And a little 4th of July vignette with that pop of red. And then I also got this. I think it's a little bit older, just kind of by the way the glass is shaped. I cleaned it out. I need to dry it out. Oh, NutraSweet. I couldn't find the label on it last time. I was looking on the bottom. So I think it is maybe a little bit older, but cute little vintage shaker. Wouldn't these be cute together? I only buy red a couple of times a year, usually around 4th of July and Christmas, for the most part. So buy it up while I have it. Susan likes the frame section. You know what? I need to spend more time in the frame section. I've been trying to branch out lately and pick up a little bit of art and stuff, but y'all, I retail decoupage paper and stencils and transfers, and buying frames and making your own art is like the most fun thing in the world. I haven't done it forever. I need to get on it. These cute little wall hooks I picked up $12.95 for the pair. I love the gray weathered wood, and then the fact that the hooks are more like gray with a whitewash instead of a black caught my eye. Yes, Susan says. Okay, I hear you. And y'all, I took some pictures of the ice cream bucket from last week, and I'm going to be making a video on how to replicate that patina. for next week's thrift flip. This week on Monday, I'll have a video up with the new cottage colors. So fun things coming up, but I haven't forgotten about that. Oh, nothing like the cute bird cage. Oh, I'm sorry, Tiffany. Well, you can live vicariously through me. Little silver bell, and I loved the little crystal detail on this. $2.99 is what I paid, and it listed it up at $10.95. It's got some good tarnish on the inside and on the outside. The tarnished silver has been selling well, so I keep picking it up. And this bunny mold, so cute. I've slowed down on the cookie molds because the sales on them have slowed down. But this is a brown bag, 1988. I picked it up for, it was about $2.80 at Major Thrift, and it's up at $12.95. Okay, next up I found some cute wooden items. Another honey dipper. You guys, I have 4 of these, 4 or 5 of these up on my website. Nobody's buying them. So I guess I'm gonna stop buying them. But I thought about lotting them together if they don't sell soon, or maybe keeping them because they're adorable. With like a little summer vignette with some bees. Put them on your coffee bar with some tea. Like, they're so cute. They add so much texture. $6.95 on this, also $6.95 on the wooden juicer. Right? That's what this is for. Citrus. I found this gorgeous double-ended brayer, $9.95 on this. Tracy said the ice cream bucket was her favorite thing that I've ever thrifted. And she can't wait to see the replica paint job. It'll be fun. It'll be good. I'm going to do it edited because it's going to be some steps and stuff, but it'll be fun. A lemon reamer. Thank you, Dee. I learn something new every week. And then these dough blenders, I always pick these up too. The wood and metal combination. This one has the nice little spoon support, or thumb support. And it's $6.95 as well. This cute little brass container was $3 at Goodwill, and I have it up at $12.95. It's got the great handles on it. And I like these. They fit really well, like on a windowsill. You could put your little succulents in them. Almost. The brayer makes a good massager. Good to know. I am like sore. It could like, that's funny. This one would almost fit toilet paper, but not quite. I've seen these just a little bit bigger on the back of toilets. It's another good place for that shape. These horse heads were $10, and I have them up at $28.95. The ceramic's going to be a little tricky to ship, but I can handle it. These would make great bookends, or you could use them just as is. I contemplated painting these. What do y'all think? Leave them white or paint them? This wooden duck is great. A Goodwill find at $5, and he is solid wood, very heavy. He's got a little bit of string around him, which I'm not sure what that's about, but it's not really attached. It's just tied, so that could come off. I don't know why. He's got the great plastic eyeballs that I love and a great paint job. I'm just going to leave him alone. $22.95 on the wooden duck. Oh, and then this fox hook was super cute. Kind of random, and I paid $4 for it, which is too much, but it's okay. I don't find a lot of fox items, and I just really liked his little tail. He is $9.95. I think Alyssa actually gave me this, and he went missing for a week or so. And I found him again. He's been glued together. He's $3.95, and I say he's a mouse. Perfect mini for your trinket tray. The horse heads would be prettier, or not prettier, I'm sorry, would be stunning in black with brass and gold highlights. Apparently, I think it would be prettier. That would be Yeah, Susan said the white's really bright. I was thinking too, I could make them look a lot more high end if I gave them a matte finish. Okay, maybe we'll add that to the thrift flip video too. This was my favorite find of the week. I spent $5 on it at Goodwill. I did Google Lens it while I was there because I wasn't sure. I got butter server and caviar dish. I got more caviar dish answers, so I went with that. I'll show it next. Now, it doesn't have its glass insert, and it doesn't have a spoon, but it's still really cool. And you could throw your keys in here, or, you know, whatever. You could use this however you wanted. I have it listed up at $26.95. They were going for like $60 to $80 on eBay. Kind of crazy. Dee says yes, caviar. See, that's what I thought too. I thought most of the butter containers, servers, have like something underneath for ice to keep them cold. And then also this caviar server, which unfortunately is missing the spoon, but it does have the glass insert, which is a shell. So pretty. And I mean, you can thrift a little metal spoon, right? $14.95 on this one. So again, I've been picking up the silver because y'all have been buying the silver. Y'all keep buying it, I keep buying it. But those were very unique pieces, and I found those on like the second sweep. You know, I always do my whole walkthrough of the thrift store, and then I always usually do one more loop, and that's why. My stamp dispenser from last week sold. That one was 99 cents. This one was $3.99, but it's a little cooler. This one has a tape dispenser with the little like rip-off cut metal piece there, and a stamp dispenser plus a pin holder. Fancy. Father's Day coming up, so if y'all are needing something, $22.95 on this one. This would be a great addition to a desk, a man cave, or a woman cave, you know, whatever. Anybody needs a desk, right? I am trying to pick up some more like manly items though for that reason. Okay, this bird cage, Giving Tree? Yes, it was the Giving Tree, and I paid $6 for it. It's up at $29.95. It's got the great wood finial on top, little metal hook. This section here is metal, metal wood, metal wood, metal wood. But my favorite part about it is, and I just have, there's still some Spanish moss in there. Those are wired on. Okay, the cups inside are copper. Somebody has added this little mold, I can tell. I think it could be easily popped off with like a little poker if you wanted to, or you could just spin it around if you didn't like it, but the door is on this side. And I'm thinking the only way to open this one is the door. So it's a little harder to decorate, but still gorgeous. And that wood color, perfect. Not gonna mess with it. Okay, I found these. I got really excited. I went live the other day at Giving Tree. Got really excited about this little set. It's made in Japan, and I love this like browny yellow kind of mid-century modern color. These have a ton of damage. Not a ton. They have a lot of damage, I'll say. There's a chippy up here. There's a ton of crazing. This one has a crack in it. There's no lid, but for some reason I couldn't leave it behind. It's a set of 5 for $5 or $6. And I just really loved the pieces and the texture. So I grabbed it. The set online, like in really good shape, was like $50, $60. So again, I think that's kind of an example of a pricer searching this up and like, oh, that's worth a lot of money, and slapping a price tag on it before they really looked at all the damage. But I thought it was a fun piece. And I've got the room. Somebody's gonna need it eventually. I already know. There was more damage on it than I realized once I got home, but it's okay. Life happens. These little itty bitty guys were $1 and they're up at $4.95. I've got some primitive candles on my website as well that would fit perfectly in here. So I think I have these listed as mini primitive candlesticks. And they're adorable. I love anything tiny. This Rooster salt and pepper pear was $5. It's in good shape, still totally usable. The S&P are in the letters on the top, which is always fun. And I have them listed up at $16.95. I have a pair of nesting containers with roosters wooden on my site as well if you want them to match. Love the bird cage, but I got plenty of Spanish moss on my trees here in Louisiana. Remy, I am so jealous. Is it Remy or Remy? I feel like we've talked about this. I went to Florida for a convention. It's been, I think that was last summer actually. And the moss was on the trees there too, and it's so pretty. But they're like, it's invasive. It kills our trees. And I was like, but it's so pretty. This is a very interesting cloche dish cheese container. It's like the top of it's a lid, or it could also be a server. But the bottom is textured and has like numbers, so you can't really use it as a cloche. I'm thinking it's just a storage container with a server on top, right? Like you store your cheese in there, you take it to the party, then you put the cheese on the top. You take the cheese off and have fruit in the bowl, something like that. If y'all know what this is, let me know. It was on sale. It was made through Thrift, so I went ahead and picked it up around $3, and it's up at $19.95. Aw, Teresa's grandma had that salt and pepper. I love that. Ew, the moss has tiny bugs. Okay. Y'all just ruin it for me. It's all right. I'll just buy my Spanish moss. I've been eyeballing this quail for a couple of weeks. He was on sale, finally 30% off, so I picked him up, and he is $9.95. Unfortunately, he is solo, no friend. Usually I find these in sets of 2, but that's okay. Sold a quail pair last week. Ding. It's not that hot, Alyssa. Oh my goodness. It's not even, I think it's like gonna be 80 or something. 85. It is humid today though, I noticed. I curled my hair and I was like, for what? This Rowoco, that one is so hard for me to say, pan was $6. Yep, $6 at Giving Tree. And I thought by looking at the bottom of it as pumpkins, but it is daisies. They're flowers. Aren't they gorgeous? I was like, okay, this is perfect. So I went ahead and picked it up. A little pricey, but that's okay. I looked them up, and I have it up at $26.95. Welcome to Kansas. We get the extremes of every season here. We get ice in the winter, we get tornadoes in the spring, we get crazy heat in the summer, but fall is beautiful. Yeah, that muffin pan is gorgeous, isn't it? Grabbed these. They were at... Oh, I took Elena shopping this week to Legends in Kansas City, and we actually stopped by one Goodwill there too, but I didn't find anything but these. But they are super cute, little screw-on finials, and they were $3 for a set of 2. They've still got screws on them, so these would be perfect for your DIY projects. Or if you don't want the screws, you can simply just take your drill in there, tighten it around that screw, put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse and back it out. It's going to be 94 today, and I have to go to outside wedding this afternoon. See, y'all, I like it hot. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 78 degrees Fahrenheit.
78.
Today, expect a high of 89 degrees.
Oh.
I can also play a brief...
Alexa, stop. So it's going to be 90 today and humid. So it's going to be a little yucky, but it's fine. Go to the pool. Amber, I'll pray for you. So anyways, I love these. I have 4 of them. I'm selling them individually, I think for $6.95 each. And then there's 2 of these beautiful spiral ones. And I think actually Karen bought a couple of these off my site last night. Ooh, it's going to be $99. I love summer, y'all. I can't even lie. I found this adorable wall basket, $1.99, and I love the color of it. It's very, very light. I think it's almost even sun faded. Good shape too, $14.95 on the basket. Always pick up mini chairs when I find them. This one was $2, sold as is. It's got somebody chewed on it a little bit there on the foot, but I'm gonna paint it, some chippy paint. It'll be really cute. It is $14.95 because it's gonna be a pain in the tush to paint, but I got y'all. Y'all love the chairs. D, quit. No humidity. I'll take that dry heat. The humidity is what makes it like hard to breathe in Kansas. Floral. Pick it up a lot when I find it in new condition. This is Christmas floral, but that's okay because it's gorgeous. So pretty. So I went ahead and snagged it up, listed it up, put it in my holiday collection. I paid $2 and it's up at $8.95. Somebody chewed on it. I don't know. Kid, dog, who knows? All right, just a couple more things here. I told you the haul was not super big today, but I'm gonna have all of that estate sale clean out stuff on Monday. And I did list some stuff that Alyssa brought over the weekend last night. So be sure you check out a few pages back if you're shopping. This little ceiling tin, I went ahead and listed it up as primitive colored. I like the colors on it, the black, the red, the brown. If it doesn't end up selling, I'll give it a paint job. It was $2 and I have it up at $12.95. And this one is like 3D. Sometimes they're flat. This one's 3D. I don't have a lot of heat likers here. Okay, I'll shut up about it. By the end of the summer, I'll be over it, I'm sure. I don't like the cold though. The cold hurts my bones. I'm getting older. Okay, last thing is this tray, and it was a yellow sticker, half off at Goodwill. I paid $4 for the tray. It says read description on the listing, and if you ever see that, make sure you read down through the listing to see what I'm gonna do to it. I went out and cut just a random piece of scrap wood to fit inside, and we're gonna paint it up with the new cottage colors. The new cottage colors are out on Monday. We can show them now, but no pre-sales, says Miss Debbie Beard. I used already the crockery color on a table. Isn't that a gorgeous neutral? And now I have Americana and Blue Hills. I couldn't decide which one I wanted to use, so we're gonna do one color on each side. Y'all are cracking me up. Okay, so what's everybody's favorite season then? If y'all don't like the heat. Like when I talk about I love summer and like the heat though, like I also like to be like by the pool and not in a bunch of makeup and jeans, you know. I get it. It's uncomfortable when you don't, when you can't be properly prepared. Woo! Look at that. Gorgeous. Everybody's saying fall, 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 fall. Okay. Well, y'all's time is coming. Okay, so let's talk about these cottage colors. These are by DIY Paint, but they're a little different than the clay-based paint that I'm usually using. They are a one-step paint. They've got a built-in sealer. Oh my gosh. So pretty. So once you paint with them and they dry, you're done. You don't have to wax. You don't have to top coat. When I did that little table, I did give them an extra protective coat on the top. Just, you know, because it's a side table. But when you're painting smalls, it's one and done. Okay, so I've got my official paint stirrers here. Since they've got the top coat in them, you do need to make sure you stir them up well before you use them and get it all mixed. Dee's sitting poolside now. I'm jealous. I got a pool day coming tomorrow. Working my tush off today, and tomorrow I'm sitting by the pool. Dee, do you like to swim or do you just like to relax? Okay, so I figured I'd paint one side of the board one color and the other side of the board the other color because I couldn't decide. These colors are so pretty. One's more blue, one is more green. I was a little worried because I was like, why are there so many blues? But I see how different they are now. Because the other one, you've got paint blue and this like minty green. They're really, really pastel-y and like bright. These are a little warmer, a little more like everyday colors. Okay, let's do this. Now, I'm not using my new DIY brushes because they are so soft that this built-in top coat can run the risk of ruining them. So I'm going to use my Klingons, which are much easier to clean. I've got an F40 here, just a nice flat brush. I shouldn't dip into my container. Don't do this. You should pour your paint out into something else, but I forgot, so it's fine. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Now I'm going to be using my heat gun today, and I'm going to be doing one of my favorite methods with this cottage color paint and forcing some like bubbles in the built-in top coat, because it's going to make for some really fun distressing. If you're using this paint, especially on a piece you're going to be selling, I would suggest letting it dry on its own, not using a heat gun, because that top coat really is sensitive when it comes to drying with heat. It will bubble. Oh, this is so pretty. Okay, y'all talk amongst yourselves for just a second here while I get this dried up. It shouldn't take long on this raw wood. The green and blue together is great. Alyssa, we need to get you some nice brushes. These Klingons are good. They're a synthetic bristle brush. They're nice for making a nice smooth finish, but you just pop them in a cup of water overnight, and the next morning when you run them under your faucet or whatever, the paint just like falls out. This cottage color paint is a lot thinner. If you noticed, I just wiped up some drips. I'm so used to my thick DIY clay paint. You'll notice the consistency is thinner. You too, Susan. Can you compare that color to Apothecary? It looks similar. That's what I was just thinking, Sue. Give me a hot second. I sure will. I'd say the dry time on this is a little bit longer than the clay-based paint, but not much. If you're just letting it dry on its own or out in the sun or whatever. Still dries pretty quickly. A hot second. Hot second, hot, because we're... Oh, that's so gorgeous. So it's drying a little different than Apothecary. One second, let me grab an Apothecary. Oh, sorry if you heard that groan. I am so sore. Forgot I was live for a second. What do you know, Sue? Ladybug said, do I wrap my brushes and then put them in the freezer for later? Not usually. Sometimes I'll wrap them in a wet paper towel and stick them in a plastic bag if I'm going to be using them later that day or doing like a big piece of furniture, because the Klingons and those new DIY brushes hold a ton of paint. So if you're rinsing them out in between coats, you're wasting a lot of product. But no, not the freezer. I've never heard that. Sue, it does. Yeah, it's pretty darn close. I would say so. I would say maybe it's just a touch lighter than Apothecary, but it's drying differently than Apothecary does, in my opinion. Maybe a little more blue. I would stick some Apothecary on there, but that's my inventory. I don't think I have any open right now. Okay, so we've got one coat on here. And you can see how it's sitting down real nice in the wood grain too. Very pretty. It's self-leveling, which minimizes those brush strokes. Now, I'm going to do a second coat here. See See how it dries quite a different color? And on this second coat, this is where I'm going to force some bubbling. Sorry about that. I wish that cord was a little longer. Okay, so I got my first coat on. Normally I would just let it dry on its own, whatever, if I didn't want to do this method. But now I've got my second coat, and I'm gonna hold it over certain areas for a little too long. Don't go too long because you can burn the paint and then it like turns brown. You don't want that. Excuse me. Give me a second and I will show you up close what these bubbles look like. I don't want to get the heat gun too close to my camera. My phone. It could be bad. Nothing like watching paint dry on a Saturday morning. What are y'all up to this weekend? Like I said, today I'm going to finish my cottage color video, get that all edited. It'll be out Monday. I need to pull some orders from this week to get shipped out. I want to get a little bit of yard work done, and tomorrow I'm going to pool it up. Yahoo, Teresa, I will be getting that out ASAP. Like watching the grass grow. I know, sorry. Not super exciting, but whatevs. I need a co-host to come on and paint with me on Saturday mornings, Alyssa. The banter would be fun. Okay. So this one's not doing it crazy. I don't know if it's the wood or what, but I've got a couple spots here I'll show you. See when I hold it over the heat gun for a long time, these little bubbles? So now I'm gonna let it cool down. If I try to do it when it's hot, it'll just get all gummy and gross. So I'm gonna let the bubbles cool down. I would like a few more, but I guess you get what you get. Girl, if they haven't left already because of me, they're not gonna leave because of you. All right, and now let's try on the other side this Americana color. This is the F50 brush. It's just a little bit wider, still flat. Great for these flat surfaces. And I will go and paint the sides of this wood when I'm not live anymore. I'm about to sneeze. Hold on, sorry. Phew. Oh. Allergies are bad right now. Sue's still working on cleaning her garage. I have some work to do in mine too. So Alyssa, if y'all don't know, Alyssa is the junk fairy. She's the one who brings all of the amazing stuff to my porch. And she's been in a lot of my recent shopping videos. She's another reseller here in Topeka. And she named herself the junk fairy, FYI. Ooh, this one is so blue, y'all. I don't know. I like blue. Don't get me wrong. I like blue, but I'm a much bigger green fan. So far, I'm digging the Americana more than the Blue Hills. What say ye? What say you? Oh, I forgot to show y'all this bunny planter. Look how cute this is. I realized it's got a little ding on its foot, so in the listing I put that I'm going to repair it and it's going to get a paint job. I wasn't going to originally, but it needs a little sprucing. $24.95. I paid $6. Woohoo! Kathy needs to mow her lawn and try out the new weed whacker. So, fun fact, I love to mow. I really like yard work. Before I had my own business, I had a lot more time and I planted a lot more flowers and had a bigger garden. But But this year it's mostly lettuce and herbs and a couple flowers on my porch that I can remember to water. Okay, so this side is bubbling up better, and I will show you that here in a minute. Good morning, Jackie. Hey, y'all, I love my little life. It might not be super exciting, but I am just happy to have a yard to mow and hot weather to complain about, right? I mean, could be much worse, but yeah, not super exciting. Exciting often leads to trouble. And yes, I am thankful to live my little boring life. It's funny, I've had a couple people comment lately like, oh my gosh, your life is so cool and so fun. And it makes you stop and think about it. Like, it really is. I get to buy and sell stuff for a living. I get to work from home. I get to stay home with my kid. I like to eat good food. I like to go to the gym. Pretty simple. Okay, we've got Americana, Blue Hills. What do we think? What do we think? I don't think it's that close to Farm Fresh, but we can do a compare. So this one, it got some bigger bubbles. You see the bubbles? And I've noticed, like, if I'm painting over a piece of wood that is finished, the bubbles happen a lot more. This was just like a little cheapy piece of MDF or whatever, pressed, some kind of pressed wood. It didn't bubble as much, but that's okay. Somebody asked if this was close to Farm Fresh. Here's Farm Fresh. And here's Americana. Farm Fresh is a lot more green. Or, I'm sorry, here's Blue Hills. But it's pretty darn close. Bottle feeding a calf. Oh, I'm so jealous. That's adorable. Okay, so now I'm going to take, I've got some 220 grit sandpaper here. Kathy's on a rider. Now I got to push. All right, so 220 grit sandpaper, and I'm just going to sand right over those bubbles. And when I do that, it knocks them back and knocks them off and leaves that really good, authentic looking, oops, sorry, that's my nose, authentic looking distressing. Now, it's got the built-in sealer, but since I made the bubbles and like messed with the paint right there, it still sands off really well. If I try to sand over a spot that doesn't have the bubbles, it doesn't do the same thing. And then you let this paint cure up for a couple of weeks, 30 days, give it its good cure time. That built-in sealer is solid. So I like the cottage colors. I was worried when she first came out with these that I wasn't gonna like them because I like the wet distressing. I like the properties of the clay-based paint. This is different, and different can be scary sometimes, but it is also, it can be a good thing. So if you like distressing and you're worried about the one-step paint, don't be scared, because you can still get some really, really good chippy looking distressed finishes with it. I'm gonna sand over where that white streak was on this wood, yeah, and see if I can get it to come back through. How cute is that? So if you wanted to use this like over a salt wash or something, I think it would work really well too. And then again, distressing it like right when you paint and not letting it cure up is gonna be the key to getting it to distress down. How cool. All right, y'all, which one is your favorite? Americana or Blue Hills? Americana, Blue Hills. Even if you're catching the replay, drop me a comment, let me know. These colors come out Monday. They will be available. All the old cottage colors are available now. There are 8 colors now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6, 7, 8. There's a white, there's a gray, there's a pink. So if y'all enjoy these, check back Monday on my site. I'll drop the link for them in the description box for the cottage color paints. I forgot after I'm live, so you can check there. But I hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. We've got Americana, we've got Blue Hills, we've got Americana, so it's kind of a mixed bag here. I'm digging the Americana personally, and I'm a green girl. So, all right, y'all, have a great weekend. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Hit that thumbs up and send this video over to a friend. I would appreciate it. Bye, guys.